Okay, I think we're ready. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining our Webex developer webinar for this month. My name is Phil Belanti. I'm with the developer evangelism team. Today's session is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be on the topic of Webex Instant Connect meetings. It's going to be presented by members of the developer experience team. I'm going to have them introduce themselves in a moment. But for today's webinar, we're going to be using Slido for audience polls and also for Q&A that we're going to handle at the end. You can participate using the Slido that's open right inside the Webex app, or you can join from a mobile device. Just use the QR code that you see here. So let's go to the next slide. But before we get to the main presentation, I just want to cover some recent Webex developer news items and updates that we had for the month of March. You can read more about everything on this slide on our developer blog page at developer.webex.com/blog. But the first item, number one, that you see there, we actually have two new articles, by my colleague Anupam Mukherjee, and that focuses on the fascinating topic of large language models, or LLMs, for artificial intelligence. The first article, and this is titled "Self-Protective, Auto-Improvised Contextual Prompt Infrastructure for Webex Contact Center." So in this one, we explore how LLMs can play a vital role for designing prompts that can adapt to specific tasks in Contact Center. It also ensures that it operates within ethical and secure boundaries. So this is a really informative article. And the other one kind of dovetails into that last one. And this is for boosting AI performance with LLM-friendly content in Markdown. And that shows us how converting content into Markdown can greatly improve LLM accuracy and performance. So these are two great articles by Anupam. Go to check those out. But next at number two, we have a new article by my manager, Adam Weeks, who's also here, where we can learn about the recent release of Webex Mobile SDK. This is version 3.15. And this is featuring our messaging-only SDK for both iOS and Android. So this update essentially caters to those who are looking to integrate Webex's powerful messaging capabilities into their mobile applications, without having the additional Webex features that they don't need, like calling or meetings. And then number three on this slide is a blog post by my colleague Ashton Jordan. And this is on the topic of OAuth grant flow on devices. So learn how you can accomplish a seamless Webex login experience with your integrations for users that are on a Cisco board or a Desk Pro, a RoomKit, a tablet, mobile device, or really any other device that has limited input setup. And then number four is another post by Adam Weeks where we learn about the Webex Embedded App Launchpad. And that lets us create seamless multi-user lobby experiences. So this is really perfect for planning interactive games like poker. You can also do like real-time surveys and things like that. You're going to see in this article how to get started quickly with a pre-built solution, and then it easily integrates into your Webex embedded apps. And then last on this slide, number five, I recently updated an older article of mine. I wrote it maybe a few years ago, and it's a deep dive into the Webex bot framework for Node.js. So this article shows us how using simple handlers in the framework makes it easy to develop Webex chatbots in Node.js. So this bot framework allows developers to focus more on the end user experience in Webex, and it abstracts away a lot of the complex aspects of building a chatbot app. So the framework is very helpful. And then go to the next slide. Okay, and finally, we have a new entry into the Webex Developer Beta Program. And this is a preview of the new Converge Webex Developer Portal. The new portal combines resources from both the Webex Suites platform and the Webex Contact Center platform. So as many of you already know, we have two different portals for Contact Center and Webex Suite. And that poses a challenge for developers who are interested in creating an application or integration for both of them, both the Webex Suite and both Contact Center. So having all those platforms, the content for both of those platforms available in a single portal is really going to assist developers, to help them easily discover the content. So you can join the Webex developer beta using the URL shown here. We'd love to get your comments and feedback on the new portal before it goes live. So we encourage everybody to sign up today and go check it out. But that concludes the news and updates portion of the webinar. We can go to the next slide. So we can go to our main presentation here on Webex Instant Connect. I'm going to hand it over to Kriti to get things going. Kriti, please take it away.
Yeah. Thanks, Will, for the quick update. So, hey everyone, good morning, good evening. Welcome to the Instant Connect webinar. So, as Will mentioned, we are part of the developer experience team. I'm Kriti Jain, the product manager for Instant Connect.
Hi, I'm Vaishali Sharma. I'm the software engineer for Instant Connect team.
Hi everyone, Kiran here. I'm part of the Instant Connect engineering team at Cisco.
Hi everyone, I'm Varsha. I'm as well part of Instant Connect team working as software engineer.
So moving forward, so the agenda for our webinar is, first we'll start with what exactly is Instant Connect, followed by the Instant Connect functionalities, creating meeting links, couple of use cases where we are leveraging Instant Connect, and lastly, followed by the Q&A. So let's just start. So our first question, how familiar are you with the Webex Instant Connect prior to this session? I'll wait for the responses. Looks like we have a mixed set of audience. Couple of them are saying they are very familiar and couple of them are not familiar. So for the audience who are not familiar and also for the audience who are already familiar, I'll just start with, so what exactly is Instant Connect? It's a web RTC based product that provides secure user-friendly platform for the guests to join meetings without needing an email account or the Webex meeting app. So a couple of benefits: easy to set up, one-click meeting join experience, secured call with end-to-end encryption. We do have an Instant Connect bot, which you can use to share invites via email or text. Also access to the control hub and the Instant Connect admin page to manage all the controls. Moving forward. So in what context do you see yourself using Webex Instant Connect? It could be telehealth or any meetings or banking industry, retail.
Looks like telehealth is a big one there.
Yeah. We'll wait for another 30 seconds, so just feel free to. Okay, I think telehealth is the winner here. So, as you mentioned, the telehealth, so healthcare professionals. So, as you all know, the doctors and the patients can securely connect via the browser-based video from any EMR portal. We already have a partnership with Epic, Cerner, and any third party which you guys will be interested in will be interested to follow up. So basically, once the patient and the doctors connect, they won't need any login and they can just directly start their consultation. The second set we have is the customer support. So Instant Connect can be used to enable live agent support on the retail website for any product inquiries, order tracking, or the issue resolution. The next set of customers we have are the banking client. So instead of going to the branch physically for any account opening or anything, you can directly connect with the bank representative using Instant Connect, and any details on the account management or openings or any other financial services, you'll be able to do quickly using Instant Connect. Moving forward, so couple of Instant Connect features. So it comes with all the popular features which are available in the Webex meetings, along with like interpreter integration. So we have Seracom integration already existing. We do allow guest invitations via email and SMS. We also support far-end camera control, which is right now for Cisco devices, dial out with phone book, FedRAM support, and recently we have delivered closed captioning and the log meeting. Also, some interesting features which we are bringing in Instant Connect are meeting recordings, real-time translations, virtual backgrounds, and AI meeting summary. So we all are working to get you the latest features which will help your experience better. So getting started with Instant Connect, what all do you need to connect your client? So first we have is the guest-to-guest licenses. So it will be based on the concurrent licenses and more cost-effective solution for the customer. So instead of mapping per user, based on how, let's say you have 10 users using the licensing at a time. So once the one user drops off, the next user can use the same license. So you don't have to map those licenses with the per user. So it will be based on how many are actually active sessions. Next, customers would need to authorize the service app on the control hub. We also need an Instant Connect enhanced license. And if you need Epic specifically, Epic will be an add-on to the Instant Connect license. Lastly, the access to the Webex Instant Connect portal. So once you have all the necessary license, you can visit instant.webex.com and start your meetings and start creating meeting links from there. So earlier, Instant Connect was mapped with the Webex meeting license. As I mentioned, going forward, we just need the guest-to-guest license, and it's a more cost-effective solution. So one can find the more information. We'll share the documentation links with you at the end of the webinar. Yeah, moving on. Okay, so what excites you actually most about the Instant Connect? We have a couple of participants typing. No licenses, no authentications, quick meetings, easy setup. Video solutions. We do have some more exciting features, which I would pass it over to Kiran to talk more about Instant Connect.
Yeah. Thanks, Kriti. So in this slide, we go over what Instant Connect portal is and how to enable Instant Connect for an org. So for Instant Connect, we actually support two types of integrations today, Epic and Jose, which are also mentioned in our documentation. So Epic is a widely used electronic health record or electronic medical record system. And our integration with Epic allows healthcare providers to initiate video meetings directly from the Epic interface. Jose integration refers to any custom integration that an org wants, and the exact implementation can vary based on the org's use case. So to enable Instant Connect, the first step is to begin by reaching out to your administrator and request the access. The administrator will need to configure the required Instant Connect settings within the controller, as Kriti covered in the previous slide. After that, the administrator needs to enable and configure various settings in the Instant Connect portal. The next step after that is to generate the links. So the meeting links can be generated through various ways. There are REST APIs that are offered by Instant Connect, which allow developers to create the meeting links, and this can be integrated into various workflows within their applications. Or if you're using Epic integration, the meeting links can be created and shared directly from the Epic portal. We also have a Instant Connect bot for Webex, which can be added to a Webex space, and this allows users to create meetings directly from the space without needing any separate interface. The generated meeting URL can then be shared with participants, which allows them to join the meetings directly from their browser. We'll actually cover more on the REST APIs and the link generation in the next slide. For now, we have a video demonstration here that walks through the steps that are done by an org admin to activate the integration and customize various settings. And we'll also demonstrate joining a meeting and utilizing different in-meeting features. So let's have a look at the video. We're going to walk you through how an org admin can enable the Instant Connect integration. So this is the website which an org admin needs to visit, and here you have the options for enabling the Instant Connect integration either through Epic via this or the default OSA integration, which you can enable from here. So as I mentioned, this has to be done by an org administrator only, as it specifies here. So once we click on this begin integration, post logging in, we'll come to this page. So here the Instant Connect is already activated for this org. That is why it says here. But for a new customer, a new org, there'll be an option here to activate it. Once it is activated, we have this page which explains how the integration can be done. So if the customer wants to use their own system, this page provides the details on how this can be done and how they can generate their own URLs for the meetings. After that, we have all these different sections in the admin portal. So we'll just go through those one by one. This is the email which the users can reach out for technical support. So this can be anything depending on the org, whatever they use internally. After that, you can customize the appearance of how the Instant Connect, the page wherein the users will land for joining the meetings looks like. So you can give the name of the organization here. You can provide the logos, which will be used for desktops as well as for mobile devices here. You can customize the labels, which will be shown for people that are joining as hosts versus people that are joining as guests. So if you don't provide anything, by default, it will be participant, and here it will be a host. So you can change this to provider and a guest, for example. Then we have this feature customization option. Here we allow to turn different options on or off depending on what an org wants to be enabled. So for video, we have these options where we allow hosts to join meetings without video, same for participants. This can be toggled on or off. This allows you to enable the in-meeting chat when the meeting is ongoing and even in the lobby. We have this option to dial out where we can call phone numbers. So as it mentions here, we need the corresponding Webex calling configured in controller with the necessary licenses. So this will actually make up ESTN call. If you have this phone book enabled, you can have certain pre-configured numbers here. For example, this is a doctor. I have an interpreter added. So if you go and add a contact, you can label if somebody is an interpreter. Next, we have the option for enabling or disabling the screen sharing during the meeting. Let's say a patient wants to share some reports from their screen. So the screen sharing options enables to do this. We have this facility to invite guests while a meeting is in progress. So we support email as well as text invitation channels. So the admin can configure whatever they want from these. Closed captions will allow the participants to view the real-time captions during a meeting. So as it says here, we have to configure this in controller as well. And this is only enabled for USM meetings for now. Next is allowing meeting participants to provide the feedback after the meeting experience. So you can configure it for both hosts as well as the guests. So after the meeting, if somebody rates the experience as 2 stars or less than that, then you can have an option to send the email to the email address that was configured here in technical support settings. We have the facility to allow transferring the meeting to a Cisco hardware device. So if this is enabled during the meeting, there will be a button enabled in the UI to transfer the meeting to a Cisco device. We have this option to cross launch to the Webex as well. So for logged in users, they can actually choose to join the meeting from their Webex native app if it is installed on their system instead of joining it from a browser. We have the picture-in-picture support as well, which allows participants to view the remote videos as a popped-out view rather than the standard view. We also allow background noise removal facility for participants. So this can be toggled during the meeting as well if it is enabled from here. For users that are logging in, we have this option which allows them to save their username and password if this is enabled. This camera control option is for the far end camera control enabled Cisco devices. So if this is enabled, if the participant is joining and using a Cisco device which supports the far end camera control protocol, then the Instant Connect meeting will actually show a separate UI wherein the host can control the participant's camera and they can choose to pan, tilt, or zoom to the required view. And last, we have the option to enable or disable the blur background feature for the participants in the meeting. And last, we have the integration. So we currently support the Seracom language interpreter integration. If an org wants to enable Seracom for their org, they need to provide in the details, the client ID secret, and all these details which they can get from their Seracom account. So this is about the admin portal. So this is a sample page which has actually integrated the Instant Connect through the page here. So we already have a meeting set up here. So as a doctor, I can go in and join this meeting from here. So here now I'm joining as a host. So this was the logo which we saw in the admin portal. So as you can see here, we have the option to either continue in browser or I can choose to cross launch in the Webex app as well. However, for now, I'll continue in the browser. But if the participant chooses, they can even later go ahead and join in the meeting from the Webex app as well. So from here, we have the options to toggle your camera. You can choose to blur the background. You can test your audio, video, speaker, and you can start the consultation. So here we have the chat option. So we can see here that the guest has already joined and they are waiting in the lobby and they have sent the chat message. So let me go ahead and start the meeting. Since I'm logged in, you can see my name shows up here. Otherwise, it would have shown the text that was entered in the admin portal. So let me go ahead and start the consultation. Right. Yes, so as you can see here, we have the participant which was added into the meeting once I started the consultation. So we have the chat enabled here as well. You can choose to send more messages here if you like. So I go back to the participants section. Here you can see there's an option to invite guests here. So we have this option to email, SMS, as well as call. So in the call, we have this 2 predefined entries which we saw in the admin portal under the phone book. So we can either call them or you can enter a number and call from here. So the support is currently limited to these countries that you see here. So we can go ahead and invite the required users here. So I've entered this email address and I'll go ahead and click confirm invite. So they'll be getting an email to join this meeting. So before that, let me go ahead and lock this meeting as a host, I can prevent anybody else from joining this meeting. So once I log this meeting, if anybody else tries to join in, they will be actually added to the lobby, and the host will get an option to admit them in. So let's wait for the guest to join in. So until they join, we can see the rest of the features that are available here in the meeting. So this option here shows you the meeting information. If you require for any assistance, or if you need to share this information, you can copy this information from here and share that across. You have this option to report a problem. So this will give you the required details which you can use if you want to report an issue with this meeting. This option here allows you to connect to a device. If you have a Cisco hardware device nearby, you can use this option and connect to that device. The meeting will be transferred to that device. If you see here, the participant is now waiting in the lobby. So since the meeting is locked, I'll go ahead and admit them. So now we have the participant who we had invited via email. So they have joined the meeting. We have this option to pop out the video as a picture in picture. So let me just do that. So this allows you to move to any other windows or other applications and still continue to see the video feed here. This is the closed captions. So if we turn it on, as you can see now that I've turned it on, it actually goes ahead and shows the real-time captions of the meeting conversation. Yeah, next we have these options to toggle your audio and video feed on and off. This option allows you to share your screen. So this will be enabled for both hosts as well as the guests, depending on what the admin has configured in the portal. From here, you can change the meeting layout. So right now it is distributed equally, but you can choose to change this to whatever is the preferred layout. From the settings, you have the option to toggle the background noise removal on or off. You can change your camera, choose to enable the background blur, change the language. And as we saw this feature already, this allows you to toggle the meeting lock status on and off. So we have the network strength indicator here at the top. So depending on your network bandwidth, this will indicate the current status of the network. So this allows you to connect to a Cisco hardware device if it is available nearby. So since these were the ones I had recently used, it is showing this in the list already. But you can choose to connect to any of the nearby device using this option, and the meeting will get transferred there. As a host, I also have the ability to toggle mute or unmute participants. So as of now, you can see that one of the guests is on mute. So if they are unable to unmute themselves, the host can go ahead and do it for them. Okay, so now that we are done with the meeting, I can go ahead and end this call as a host. So let me do that from here. Thank you for joining. I'm ending this call. Bye. So I'll end the meeting for all. So now that the meeting is ended, we get this options here to provide the feedback. So depending on how the experience was, you can rate and submit, or you can say. That is all. Thank you.
Thank you. Just give me. Coming back to the slides. Vishali, over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Kriti. So we saw there are multiple ways to create the Instant Connect meeting links. So one of the ways to use the REST API to create the meeting links. So Instant Connect offers a very simple REST API using which you can create links for your host and guest. And the API also offers variety of customization via its request payload. Some of those customization are you can configure the meeting subjects, you can say what should be the expiration time for your JWT authentication. Do you want an option to create a short URL as well? How many number of guests and hosts should be there in the meeting, and so on. In addition to all this, you could also integrate a device into your meeting link. That means when you create a meeting link, you can provide the SIP address of a device, and that device would be integrated in your meeting link. So when you start the meeting, the device would be automatically added inside the meeting. So once a device is a far end camera control device, so if a device supports a far end camera control, when the device is added inside the meeting, the host will get the control of the camera, and using that control, they can zoom, tilt, and move the camera. This is a very useful use case, and it is very ideal for telemedicines and remote support. So we have a video demonstration where we'll see the step-by-step, how can you create the REST API, and how can you create links with that, and how can you invite a device into your meeting. Kriti, let's play the vidcast.
Yeah, just give me a minute. The video is visible.
So all the information to create Instant Connect meeting links are available. So let's see how we can create Instant Connect meeting links. So all the information to create Instant Connect meeting links are available on Dev Portal Instant Connect meeting links page. So here all the information are available. First of all, to call the API to create links, you need a token. So either you could use a personal access token that you could get from the getting started page. You can go to getting started page, or the authentication using a personal token, and you could copy the token over here. Or you could go ahead and create a bot. You can go here and say my Webex apps, and you'll get this option. You can go ahead here. You can create this bot. Once you create this bot, you'll get the token associated with the bot, and you can copy that token. Now we have token in place, and now we just have to call the API. So I have already created the postman for that. So here in my collection, you can see I have this URL in place, meeting broker. This is the meeting broker host URL, and this is the API address. We are calling the post request, and in the authentication, we are using the token. So we have to call this API to create the meeting links. And what kind of meeting links you want, you can provide in the body part. So the required part here is the audience first. So this is a fixed value that you have to use. This is the audience for your JWT. And inside, you have to create a JWT object, and you have to provide the subject of the JWT. So let's say when you're creating a meeting for 10 people, so all the 10 people will have the same subject, and that is how we will put all of them into the same space, and we'll start a meeting in that space. And ideally, they'll all be in the same meeting. You can also provide the expiration date for this links to be valid. You can like by what date do you want them to be valid? And if you don't provide this, by default, it is 15 minutes. You can also do the device integration here. Let's say if you want to add a device into your meeting, you can provide it in such format. Here you have to provide the SIP URL of the device, SIP address of the device, and with that you'll be able to invite the device in your meeting as well. How many guest links do you want to create? How many host links you want to create? You can provide that information here. If you want to create short URLs along with the long URLs, you can mention true or false here. And what kind of vertical type do you want in the meeting? That also you can provide here. So only this part are required, the rest are optional for you. So when you create a link, you'll see all the ciphers getting created. So here you could see we have asked for one host, so that's why we are getting one host URL. We have asked for 2 guests, and that is why we see 2 guest URLs. So let's use a long cipher here. So you can copy paste the cipher here. And let's go. So this is a host URL that you have to use, and you have to associate the cipher here and say enter. So this is how you can create the complete link. This information is also provided here. If you go down, yeah, so here this information is provided that you could use this part as a host URL and attach the cipher here, and that is how you can create guest links and host links. So here you'll get an option to log in with the Webex credential, or you can join in as a guest. So let me go ahead and log in with Webex. So I'll provide my email address and then I'll start the meeting. So I've provided the email address, and now the meeting has started. It is preparing the meeting. We're almost done here. I'll continue in the browser. So now we are inside the meeting, and you can see we are connecting to the guest device and so time. So it will take 15 seconds to add the device in this meeting. So now you can see the device is added to the meeting, and you can see the device view here as well. Now you can connect these are the controls of the device. This is the far-in camera control, so you can access this camera control using the UI. So you can move, you could do zoom in, you could also zoom out, and you can put the device back to default. So here I have added a FACC device. Like that you could add other devices also. And this is how you could create links using Jose Encrypt. All the information to create links are available here. All the parameters that are required are available here. There are some other parameters that I have not used in my request, but you could definitely use. What kind of algorithm do you want to use for encryption? What salt length do you want? How many iteration do you want to execute? And what kind of algorithm do you want to use for encryption of JWT, and what kind of signature do you want to use? All this information are available, and with all the parameters default and what are the options available. So based on that, you can configure all these parameters in your request, and you could create meeting and you can create Instant Connect links. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on. Varsha.
Yeah, thanks, Kriti. So far we saw what Instant Connect is, the capabilities of Instant Connect, how to enable, and so on. Now let's see how Instant Connect can be seamlessly integrated into the ecosystems, making the collaboration very effective and also the user experience much better. Let's take an example of a banking system or an insurance company. Users these days prefer to do all transactions online and doing it remotely without having the need to visit the branch physically. With this, video verification is getting a huge boost. So video verification is very useful in case of banking solutions where the new customers can be onboarded or the loan approvals can be done. And similarly in insurance companies, new policies can be issued or also the claims can be done through video verification. Having said that, there are certain challenges customers often face with video verification. There could be need for additional software download. There could be complex installations, making the entire process lengthier. So here comes Instant Connect, which will solve most of these problems. With Instant Connect, video verification can be done seamlessly. It is as simple as clicking on the meeting link and connecting. There is no need for additional software download, no other requirements here. So with this, the whole process is seamless. The customer satisfaction is much better. Now let's see through a sequence diagram how easy it is to integrate. Here we have the actors, the end user, and also the bank or the insurance company representative or an agent. And we have the bank portal, which is integrated with the Webex Instant Connect. So the whole process starts with user starting the video verification process for the various scenarios we just explained now. User visits the portal, enables or starts the video verification process. The bank portal will be integrated and it would notify the representative. And also it will call the APIs we just saw to create the meeting links. The Webex Instant Connect meeting links will be generated and it will be shared back with the portal. Now the banking portal can share the link back with the user, the guest link with the user, and also the host link with the agent. So both end user and the agent click on the meeting links, get into the Instant Connect meeting, and from there on, the video verification process starts, and the agent can take the user through the verification process, and that's it. The whole process is seamlessly done. So yeah, this is the illustration of it. Okay, so with we now having the knowledge about Instant Connect, it's time for one more Slido. What is the most valuable takeaway from today's session? So I hope everybody's ready. Let's see. Okay, we have participants with FECC feature as the most valuable takeaway. We have intuitive video, automatic join from endpoint, seamless integrations. We will wait for a couple of more seconds. Easy to use. All right, moving on. Over to you, Vaishali.
We also have one more, no
Yeah.
meeting license.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so our key takeaways are on the similar line. So the key takeaways that we want you to take away from this session is effortless experience. So the UI that you saw is very intuitive and it is very user friendly. You don't need any learning curve there. It's straight away very easy to use. You don't need any software or setup. As a software engineer, I understand like it's so painful to do installations and setups. So it's very good to not do that. So we have one click meeting experience. So you get one link, you click on the link from your tablet, from your laptop or from your mobile, and you are in the meeting. So it's as simple as that. It is very secure, and it has the seamless integration like Varsha shows. Like it's straight away. You just need to create meeting links using REST API or Webex bot, and you are in the meeting. We will also have added the documentation links. They are public documents, and you could refer that for more information on Instant Connect. The vidcast links are also provided here that you saw in this webinar. For any more support, you could reach out to devsupport@webex.com, and we'll be happy to answer all your queries. So this has been what we have offered so far in Instant Connect, but we would like to know what you would like to see in Instant Connect next. So what do you think we should do next? What new feature should we add next? Virtual background, yes, it's in our backlog. UI customization, that's a good one. So we have small customization, but yes, we could elaborate on that. Dark theme, yeah, that's a good one. We'll wait for some more time to get more inputs from you guys. Free trial. Yeah, Kriti, that's for you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for all your feedbacks. This has been great. We'll take all those feedbacks into consideration. And thank you for being patient and watching this watching this webinar with us. We are open to Q&A now.
Yep.
Thank you from Instant Connecting. Yeah.
Great. Okay. So one technical question came in. It was answered in here, but for the benefit of people who are watching the recording, and the question is there any meeting template to set for meeting default behavior for all instant meetings? Somebody want to answer that one?
So yeah, as Instant Connect uses the G2G meeting site, you can set a default meeting template for Webex Instant Connect site to establish a default meeting behavior. You can do this through Control Hub by navigating to meeting site settings. You can navigate and schedule templates and select your desirable template as default. The public documentation will have more information about it.
Yep. So yeah, it's very similar to the guest-to-guest meetings, but again, Instant Connect kind of like takes away a lot of the complexity around programming and things like that, so it makes things much easier. And then the other question is will this webinar be recorded? And the answer is yes, it is being recorded. We put all of our webinar recordings on our developer portal, developer.webex.com. Up on top where you'll see a menu that resources, and there's a webinars in there. This is where you can register for future webinars, and you can watch all of our past webinars. So there's a lot of great content on there, and this adds to our ever-growing library. And with that, it looks like that's all the questions that we have. So I believe that would conclude today's session. Now, if you have any questions that come up later on, I think that they mentioned before, you can feel free to reach out to our developer support team. We take a lot of pride in our developer support team. It's not like your stereotypical technical support where you might ask a question and you get a couple days later an answer. Very, very fast responding team. They're all developers just like you, and engineers here on the Cisco side. So and that's what they do. They're here just to help our developers out. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop those in there. And with that, I think that ends the session. Again, we really appreciate it, and please, you can check out the recording later on from our webinars page. And with that, have a good one. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.